Welcome. So in this video, we're going to be finding the small angle between the hour hand and the minute hand for part C here, which is 1:40 a.m. Okay, so if we come here and we've got 1:40 a.m., I immediately know where my big hand is going to be. I know that the big hand is going to be on the 8 because, that's 40 minutes. So 30, 35, 40. Easy. The issue comes of where I put the small hand. So the small hand represents my hour, and I know it's going to be between the 1 and the 2. But where exactly is it going to be? So let's just kind of have a bit of a think about this. And, this is just a rough sketch to help us visualize what's going on here, because this is a very visual question. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some lines in to represent this between the 1 and the 2. And we know that that's going to be 30 degrees. If you're not quite sure why that's 30 degrees, refer back to the past videos. Now, we've got our hand here, and because it's 1:40, we know that it's going to be closer to the 2 than the 3. Now what we want to do is we want to figure out what this is going to be. What is that angle going to be? Because then once we figure out what that angle is, we can then figure out what this angle is, and we can plus them together to figure out what the total angle is. So right now we need to figure out what this orange bit is here. Well, how can we do that? Well, we're going to do it exactly the same way we did the previous ones. So I know that I have a total of 40 minutes out of 60, and that's the same as 4 on 6, which is the same as 2/3. So what that means is that, if I was just to grab another color here, let's do this in green. What that means is that I have covered 2/3 of the distance between this 1 and this 2, which means what's left here is 1/3 of the distance. If I therefore want to figure out what this angle is going to be, I'm going to go, what's 1/3 of 30 degrees? And I know that of is just the same as time, so what's 1/3 of 30? Well, 1/3 of 30 is obviously 10 degrees. And now I just need to figure out what, and I might do this in a different color because I've already used green now. Let's use purple. I need to figure out what that's going to be. Now this is a lot easier because I know that this here, that's 30, that's 30, that's 30, that's 30, that's 30, that's 30. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 30s. I have 6 30s. So just to make it clear, I'm going 30 times 6, and that's going to give me 180. And that makes perfect sense because look, that's just a straight line, isn't it? Then the final thing that I do is I take my 180, I plus it with my 10, and my final answer here is going to be 190 degrees. And that's how we do it. That's my final answer, 190 degrees. That's what the back of the book says. All right, hopefully that made sense. See ya.